Hi everyone, my name is Lizzie and my dissertation is going to be about arts-led gentrification in Margate through the lens of the Turner Contemporary Art Gallery, which is in the background of this photo. Fun fact that this building is also on the new £20 note, which features the artist J.M.W. Turner. A brief history on the context of Margate is that it is in southeast Kent and was a popular coastal resort for middle-class Londoners in the 18th and 19th centuries. However, it fell into decline in the latter of the 20th century, like many other UK coastal resorts, due to the rise of cheap package holidays abroad, so fits into your classic butler model of tourism. The collapse of the town's previously reputable tourist industry led to the repurposing of many of the hotels and guest houses into poor quality houses of multiple occupancy, homing vulnerable populations and economic migrants seeking work in the agricultural sector. The economic difficulties and social problems which Margate has faced attracted attention from sociologists and social geographers in the 1980s. Its steep decline led to high levels of deprivation and low employment, which has been well documented in the media. In the 1995 edition of Lonely Planet's Guide to Britain, Margate was dismissed as freezing and tacky. It was concluded that God was so depressed looking at Margate, he created Torremolinos. However, over the past 10 years, Margate has been back in the media for very different reasons. Margate has undergone a number of regeneration projects in this time, such as the introduction of the high-speed rail and the 2011 opening of the Turner Contemporary Art Gallery. The Turner Contemporary Art Gallery has been coined the catalyst of social and cultural regeneration, as well as an economic boost to the town and wider area of Thanet. This has led to gentrification, increased tourism, and increased immigration from London. The Turner Contemporary is the vital cornerstone in Margate's vision for a well-developed creative sector and regeneration of the town. As one TripAdvisor user commented in December 2019 about the Turner Contemporary, "Margate is back on the map, come and see for yourselves." Lonely Planet has also vastly changed its description of Margate, in 2019 publishing, "All hail the Turner Prize, why you need to visit Margate this winter." Especially evident is an influx of creative classes who are attracted to this seaside town because of its edginess and buzz, in addition to its affordability. However, the other side of the story is that of the established locals, who are struggling to adjust to the rising house prices that these self-termed DFLs, down from London's, are seen to have caused. Margate's deeply entrenched socio-economic issues appear to be brushed under the carpet, as gentrification is hailed, yet casts a shadow over these problems. The Turner Contemporary, as seen in the background of this picture, is an example of top-down regeneration. It is the largest visual arts centre in Kent. It is named after Turner, It's named the Turner after the famous British artist J.M.W. Turner, who used to stay at a guest house at the location of the Turner Contemporary today, and has painted many seascapes of Margate, and famously said Margate has some of the loveliest skies in Europe, a quote to which many of the locals cling on to. The cost of the project was £17.5 million and was funded by the Kent County Council, Arts Council England, and the South East England Development Agency. There is a substantial quantity of literature which has shaped and inspired my project, and by further investigating the Turner Contemporary, I will draw on this. My research fits into the wider concept of generation, which Lee's described as a valuable lens to examine a variety of phenomena through. Since the 1980s, gentrification has become a central goal of British urban policy. Gentrification is deeply rooted in social dynamics and economic trends, according to Van Wiesep. According to Lees, this concept is the transformation of a working class or vacant area into a middle class or commercial use area. Therefore, in recent years, gentrification has attracted widespread interest in the discipline of geography. Hammett has outlined 5 reasons why this is the case. These include the fact that it is an interesting urban phenomena for geographers and sociologists to study. its political and policy relevance as an issue concerned with regeneration at the cost of displacement, and the fact that it epitomises one of the key theoretical and ideological battlegrounds in urban geography. Art said gentrification in particular was something which was adopted by the new Labour government. However, there is a lot of discourse surrounding the success of arts-led gentrification, and according to Leeds and McKernan, the evidence on the success is poor. The spending of £17.5 million in an area with high deprivation on an art gallery has not been without controversy. Therefore, my research, I hope, will provide some clarity over the perceived success of the gallery and whether the spending of this money in this way has been beneficial for the whole of the local community. Therefore, my research aims and questions are as follows. My main question I'm trying to answer is whether the Turner Contemporary in Margate has been successful. My ancillary questions are therefore, to what extent has the Turner Contemporary acted as a catalyst for gentrification in Margate? How have the perceptions and representations of Margate changed since the opening of the Turner? Why have they changed? Who has felt this change? Who has benefited from this change? And who has not? My methodology to conduct this research is to interview local stakeholders such as gallery staff, the ex-mayor and mayoress of Margate, business owners and local tradesmen, long-time residents of Margate who have lived in Margate prior to the opening of the gallery, and recent immigrants who have moved to Margate since the opening of the Turner Contemporary Art Gallery. I have adopted quantitative methods as I expect to receive the types of responses in my research that cannot be quantified, such as experiences, feelings, and opinions. I am also adopting participant observation of the gallery and its surrounding areas, such as Margate Old Town, to support these interviews through ethnographic observations. My results so far have been fairly limited, as I am yet to conduct any interviews. COVID largely hindered my recruiting process, as I had hoped to find participants through visiting the gallery and its surrounding areas, but this was hard as the Turner Contemporary was closed for months. When it reopened, recruiting was still difficult due to distancing and other measures, such as face masks. However, over the summer I did manage to conduct some participant observation in Margate, which I hope to use to support the interviews. I have set up interviews with a local business owner and the ex-mayor of Margate earlier in the week, but unfortunately both interviews had to be postponed due to illness. However, I have set up a number of interviews scheduled for the next few weeks with these participants and others, such as members of the art gallery staff, local business owners and long-term residents of Margate. Therefore, my next steps are the interviews, which are commencing this week, to analyse and write these up, my literature review, which I am aware I need to do some more research on and write up. Hopefully, with these and my other work on methodology, etc., I should be able to write all this up for the January draft hand-in deadline.